How we doing YouTube? This is Stanton. I'm actually going to show y'all my first oil change on my Yamaha Roadstar 1700. And with this oil change, I chose to go with the Mobile One 20W50 synthetic oil as well as the K&N 303 oil filter. Alright, the first move, obviously I had the bike running today, got it up to operating temperature, and now I'm going to reach down right here on the front of the bike and remove my oil filter. I already have my pan here. And after I remove the oil filter, I'm going to reach up here with my 17mm wrench, and right here behind the kickstand up under the frame, I'm going to take out the drain bolt for the motor oil as well. Like I said, I'm just going to use a 17mm box head wrench to reach under here and loosen that drain bolt. Okay, and now I should be able to get to it with my hands. There we go. And I'm just gonna let that drain for a while. I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes. I'll come back and check on it. I've let it drain now for about 20-25 minutes. I'm about to reinstall the drain bolt as well as the K&N oil filter. And since it is a K&N oil filter, as you know, you can use the 17mm socket to tighten that back on. But before, of course, I'm gonna reach in, grab some oil, lubricate that seal, as well as just pour in a little bit into the filter itself. I'll just let that set down here in the box and go ahead and reinsert the oil drain point. Alright, sure everybody knows if you're watching the video that you just tighten that down. You don't gotta get it super tight. Okay, now I'm about to break loose the oil filler drain bolt. To complete the draining of the oil. I'll let that drain as well. That also is a 17mm. I just use my socket with an extension to get up there. It's time for the oil filter. I've already pre-lubed the gasket. And now I will get it hand tight right there. Then with my 17mm socket, I will give it maybe a quarter turn. Alright. Now to get to my oil filler reservoir, remove my seat. And right here, I'll pull out my oil dipstick. Pull up this off real fast. Oil dipstick out. We'll reach over. Pour in our first quart of oil. Again, that's Mobile One 20W50, full synthetic. Alright, this is the end of my second quart. And after this goes in, I'm actually going to start the bike, let it run. That way it can take the 2 quarts that I put into the filler tank, let that go into the motor. That way I can put in the last 2 quarts. Okay, before I start it, since I'm actually out here in my workshop, I'm gonna go turn on my exhaust fan and go ahead and start the bike up. Now that I've let it run for a while and revved it up, check the oil level in the oil reservoir just to make sure that it pumped it into the engine to make room for the last 2 quarts of oil. And we have nothing on the dipstick. So we're good to go. Okay, so now I grab the last 2 quarts and get my filter back out, or funnel. And go ahead and add the last 2 quarts. And these actually stay in the tank. Okay. As I pour in the last of this 4th quart of oil, some of you watching may have noticed the 4 gauge power wire that I have with the quick disconnect and filter. And all of that is because I have 4 6x9s running off an amp with the dual 6x9 lids, and in the next video I'll show y'all why and how I installed the kicker 6x9s in my lids.